I spoke to Nebal Farsakh, a spokesperson for the Palestine Red Crescent Society in Ramallah. Nebal, what more have you found out about what happened to these aid workers?
The Palestine Red Crescent is devastated by the killing of 8 paramedics who were killed while performing their humanitarian duties. This brings up the total number to 27 PRCS staff and volunteers who were killed while performing their humanitarian duties wearing the Red Crescent emblem since October 2023. This is not only a tragedy for our staff, but for humanity. It's the largest number of team members we lost in a single incident.
Can you tell us more about the aid that they were delivering when they were on their mission?
Almost more than a week ago, the Palestine Red Crescent received a call for help for injured civilians after a home was bombed in Rafah. 2 ambulances were dispatched from 2 different ambulance stations. One ambulance managed to get to the location and transport the casualties to the hospital. Another staff members, another ambulance team, did not come back, so the dispatcher asked the staff, the second ambulance, to go and check at the ambulance team at their station. On their way to that station, they found the PRCS ambulance and told the dispatcher that they can see a PRCS ambulance, and the doors were open and there was a number of casualties on the ground. They asked for help to send more ambulances to help in evacuating the people, including the staff. Yeah. 2 ambulances were also dispatched, and it turned out that also those 2 ambulances who were dispatched, they came under heavy gunfire. One staff members, one paramedic, was on the line with the dispatcher, and at that moment, we have heard the sound of Israeli soldiers talking on Hebrew together before the line was disconnected.
Okay.
And to this moment, this team member is still missed. Only 8 members, their bodies were retrieved, and only one survivor who was at the first ambulance. He was released after later, and he mentioned that the ambulance came under heavy gunfire, Israeli gunfire, and 2 of his colleagues were injured before he was arrested.
I want to ask you a bit about what you just described there. It is being condemned by the United Nations. We have heard a number of aid groups calling for answers. The IDF said the following, that they were firing on Hamas vehicles, and then additional vehicles arrived that they called, quote, suspicious, and then, after firing on them, determined that they were ambulances and trucks, as you said. And they said that they condemned the use of ambulances by terrorist organizations in Gaza, not necessarily these ambulances, but what do you make of what we've seen from the IDF so far and heard from the IDF?
I think this is so ridiculous. Israel has been systematically targeting hospitals, bombing hospitals, attacking ambulances, humanitarians and aid workers, UN agencies. It's not safe for humanitarians in Gaza. And we have seen this over and over again. It's not the first incident. As I told you, we have lost. This is the largest. We have lost 8 colleagues in a single incident, but this makes the number I have lost since the beginning of the war on Gaza to 27. All of them were killed while wearing the Red Crescent emblem. The Palestine Red Crescent ambulances are clearly marked with the Red Crescent emblem, which should be protected under international humanitarian law. Right. Our role is to help people and alleviate their suffering and save their lives. It's heartbreaking to see paramedics being killed while trying to save other people's lives. This is not acceptable, and we have said this repeatedly. We are not a target.